Hey, hey everyone. Today I'm gonna try a new method of the reflection. I won't try it as usual. I'll record the video. So for this week, my reflection will be about, as you know, like this week we did a presentation about our culture, me and Masua and Hiba. So I really want to talk about that. I will start with a story that happened to me. For me, I lived in Texas, in College Station, Texas, for a year and a half at Texas A&M University. It was like working my English and learning basic science and trying to transfer the knowledge in like high school knowledge from Arabic to English. So at that time, I met a friend who was senior in Texas A&M as like chemical engineer. So I remember one day he was with me like having lunch, and he was telling me that he's really frustrated, and he has a meeting with he has appointment with his professor to ask for something. I told him like what's wrong. He told me like there's a presentation, individual presentation that he has to present in front of the class, and he's really like frustrated about that. So he emailed her about that, and he said like he want to meet her and explain his reasons, and because he wanted to present his topic like individual in her office, not like in front of students. I'm like, why? Tell me like I didn't know about like when you present in front of like native speakers, you're gonna feel like so dumb and stuff, and they're gonna laugh at you. I'm like, really? Like why? Like they know you're international students and stuff. And I thought at the beginning he was afraid of losing points. I told him like you can't talk to her and tell her that you're international and stuff, so she may not be that picky on you like in your language. They're like, no, that's not the problem. The problem is that like you're gonna feel so frustrated to present something in front of the of native speakers. And I'm like, I have done this because I have done it like in my program, the basic courses. But it was like all the courses, like all the students, my classmates, were international students, so it was like a big deal. So I said like, no, that's different because like international students are different. Like they all speak the same, like you, but when you do it like in front of native speakers, like it's a big deal because like your English is not like good enough and stuff. Even though like his English is really good, like he's all like for me I think like he's almost a native speaker, but I don't know what was wrong with him. So yeah, and before Wednesday when I was like on my way to the class, I was thinking about like this conversation that I had with him, because like I said, like is that true, like I'm gonna have like heart attack and stuff in front of the native speakers, because like for me like it wasn't like any big deal, like I was really fine with it. So when I went there and represented, it was like so smooth. So I mean I didn't feel anything, and I remember like once I got out of the class I texted him, I said like I just did and stuff, and I'm like even though like it's not that large number of students, but I didn't feel like anything, and like we were the only international students who were represented, and like all our audience were like native speakers. Told me like, oh, you really like, I mean I didn't say it like that, but like was making like seems funny. I'm like, your this conversation like got into me, so I was afraid before, but it's not how you made it like seem like. So yeah, I mean after doing this presentation, like I realized that like people are different, and maybe I benefits from the beginner class, like I could improve and enhance my public speaking skills. So yeah, and I think like that because as you know, like relationships and community are like daily values. So I think like because like I'm not feeling like I'm in front of students or stuff, like I'm feeling like uh, I'm representing with like my friends or stuff, because like as you know, by then like throughout the semester we could like strengthen our relationship between each other and stuff. And I'm not feeling like every time I go to class, like I'm not feeling like I'm sitting next to a student. I'm feeling like I'm sitting next to a friend. So yeah, and I remember Taylor and stuff. Like she was talking to me about like at the end of the class, like about my presentation and stuff, and like I was listening to her, like she gave me some advice and stuff, but like I don't know, but I'm feeling like now like we're like have strong bond between each other and stuff. And then, like, whenever I see some of my classmates outside the class, I would say hi and stuff. Like, this wouldn't happen in any class, but in Naruto 10 it's different. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, for me, even like in the ceremony, I felt like we are like large family. This is like my large big family. So like 310 and 14 and like all the instructors, and even like I asked Dustin about the 310 class leader, because I'm feeling like, oh, she's gonna be like our new member. So yeah, I think like we now like at this point relationships and community are like shining between us. And one thing I want to ask my classmates is that what do you think like causes this like strong relationships? I hope like you feel the same. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? Is it like because the small number of students, or is it because like the activities we were doing, or the icebreakers, or whatever like you think? Thank you for listening, and I hope this new method like give me 10 out of 10.